Hi guys, welcome to Money Theory. In today's video, we're going to talk about getting started with investing, our beginner's guide. So the very first step is usually considered the hardest. There's so many strategies, so many stocks, and it seems overwhelming. And you work hard for your money, there's a risk of losing it. So our goal is to address these concerns. We're going to introduce some beginner-friendly strategies, and we'll start with fundamentals and continue to build up. For the beginner series, your goal is to open your own retirement and individual account, and this will empower you to taking control of your money. Eventually, in the longer term, you'll understand how the overall market and laws can affect your finances. So what is investing? In the general definition, it is a trade for the benefit in the future. You can also consider as buying something that is worth its cost. Many times we just think of investing in terms of stocks and money, but it's actually a broad concept. For example, by investing in education and training, you benefit your career. Or you can buy cooking equipment for your restaurant business. Or you can exercise and have good diet to benefit your health. So this guide will focus more so on stock investing, but the lessons can apply to the broader concept of investing. The most common investments you'll see are having an individual trading account and a retirement account. With an individual account, you'll have full control over your investments. And with a retirement account, there are two main categories. The 401k, which is managed by fund managers, so you're limited in different types of investments. And the IRA, which is an individual retirement account. Just like the regular individual trading account, you have full control of your investments. So the main first concept we'll talk about is budgeting. You want to invest on what you can afford to lose. Don't invest money that you need for regular expenses, such as housing, car payments, food, or if you're supporting a family, and there's taxes and an emergency fund to save. On the image on the right is something you'll see commonly on Wall Street Bets. This person started with $180,000 and now has $150. This person got his money from refinancing his house. So the first step is to figure out your budget. Identify how much money you have in your income and then break down all your expenses. Then you figure out how much you have left over. Only the money you have left over you can invest. So in this example, an income of $5,000, and then there's all the expenses. After subtracting all of the expenses, you have about $500 per month to invest. So remember that you should just invest with money that you can leave alone for a few years. And there's different investment strategies on different time frames. There's day trading, which is holding a stock for just one day. Swing trading, which is holding a stock for a few months. Long term, which is holding a stock for a few years. And then there's the Buffett style, or a modified Wall Street Bet style, which is never sell. And Wall Street Bets coined the term diamond hands. Another concept to learn is 3 L's. Charlie Munger said, there are 3 ways that a smart person can go broke: liquors, ladies, and leverage. And this page will focus on leverage. This means to use debt to invest. It multiplies your gains but also your losses. So you're risking money that you don't even have. Here are some Wall Street Bets legends. They use massive leverage combined with massive risk. On the left is Bill Hwang and his fund Archegos. He lost $20 billion in 2 days. On the right is Su Zhu. He owns 3 Arrows Capital, and he defaulted on a $350 million loan, focusing on crypto investments. So the next concept that you want to learn as a beginner is to start small. This way you can get hands-on experience while limiting your risk. Compare losing 20% of $100 is only $20. Whereas losing 20% of $10,000 is losing $2,000. But you'll eventually gradually add to the pile so you'll continue to learn as you add more to your investments. Next, we'll talk about ETFs. These are exchange-traded funds. Consider it like a big basket of a variety of stocks. And there's different kinds. Some are broad market focused, which is very general, and some are sector specific. Some sectors include technology, energy, which is oil, others are healthcare, some are consumers, and real estate. Here's an example of a broad market fund, the classic S&P 500, and this invests in the top 500 companies. So by buying into the fund, you'll automatically buy into all of these companies indirectly. Big names include Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and a variety of other companies that are smaller. So like we said earlier, investing in these is indirectly investing into a bunch of individual companies. It's the simplest way to start investing. It's automatically diversified so that you're not putting all your eggs into one basket. And because of that, there's lower volatility. So there's smaller gains, but more importantly, smaller losses. Then we can think about picking stocks. So to pick the stocks, think about the products that you like or what your friends and family recommend. Peter Lynch famously said, "If you like the store, the chances are you'll love the stock." So for example, if you like the products of iPhone, you'll think that Apple is a good company. Or when you see that gas prices have skyrocketed, you'll think that gas companies are a good investment. Now let's move on to actually getting started. We've covered the basic concepts, we've identified how much you can invest, and we've also covered on what you can invest in. So, for a 401k account, these are traditionally offered by your job, and these will be automatically deducted from your paycheck. So you'll choose how much you can contribute. When you sign up, you can pick from selected funds to invest in. Sometimes the company offers a match too. So, for example, if you contribute $500 per paycheck, your company will add to that, matching to $500. And it's usually capped at about 4 to 6% of your salary. And remember that this is a very extended long-term investing. You don't want to withdraw until you retire. If you do, there are penalties and taxes. Next, let's move on to the individual trading account. So unlike the 401k, you actually have a lot more options. You can choose from a variety of these companies such as Robinhood, Schwab, Fidelity, and among the others. After you're picking the company, link to your bank account and transfer the funds. It usually takes about 3 to 5 days. After that's done, you can decide on which stock or ETF to pick. When you open the stock or ETF, you'll see some chart like this, and you'll also see a lot of numbers. But as a beginner, don't focus too much on that. Just focus on the bid and ask price. This is the price range. The bid is the lower range, and the ask is the upper range. You may see a mid price, and that is pretty much the average between the bid and the ask. So on the image on the right, you'll see a stock as 13.62 as the bid, and then the ask is 13.68. And it's just a range during that time that the price fluctuates. Next, we'll make the first trade. So after picking the stock and ETF, click Buy. And select Limit Order instead of Market Order. You can either list the current price or a different price that you're willing to buy. Then you'll enter in how many shares or how much money that you want to buy in. The next question is order expiration. You have a choice between day only or good to cancel, and then you can review and confirm your order. So let's talk more about limit orders. Remember that there's a price range. and limit orders can protect you from buying or selling at the bad price. For example, if the stock is currently worth $100, you might happen to buy a market order at $120 when it's only worth $100. Or when you make a market sell order, you may sell it for $80 when it's only worth $100. So remember that the price is at a constant flux in a range. So limit order helps protect you from having a bad purchase or sale. Next, we'll focus on order expiration. Day only means that the order expires at the end of the day. For stocks, that is 1 p.m. Pacific time or 4 p.m. Eastern time. For crypto, it might just be the end of that day, like midnight. For good to cancel, it is an active order until you manually cancel, and the default expiration is 60 days. If you set a limit order at the current price, it'll most likely fill the order soon after that. But let's say if the stock is $100 and you make a limit buy order for $80, it won't activate until the price hits $80. But for those details, don't worry too much about that. We'll talk about that in the later lectures. And congratulations! After finishing this, you will have made your first trade, and you've already started with investing. The very first step is one of many in controlling your finances and establishing financial freedom. Congratulations, and thanks for watching. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed our video. If you'd like to support our channel, you can check out our Patreon or buy me a coffee. Be sure to also check out our Instagram and YouTube accounts, and to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.